your clubs, as you said, and think, okay, how much golf am I going to play between now and, should we say, when your son's a year? Yeah. And then from there, maybe I want to play a bit more. There's no point spending money on a set of clubs. You're having 4 games of golf. If you play more, then great. But then there's no point just doing it. I took me 10 years to change my golf clubs. I was playing 4 tournaments a year. Why spend £1,000 on a set of clubs and you're going to play? It's a lot of money for not a lot of output, sort of thing. So, but in terms of the swing, I think overall there's a lot of good things that sort of stemmed from the session we've done in the past, with the grip and the posture and all these bits and pieces. How the arms are working on the way down. But for me, not the loss of power, but the lack of power you're getting there, okay? As you come to the golf ball there now, there's this sort of lifting and leaning back and shrugging up with the shoulders to try and almost hit it hard through the golf ball, as opposed to allow that club head speed. Now, in the practice swing, obviously, we can do it, okay, because you can swing back there now, bit longer in the backswing, obviously, to be said. As you come through, there's this sort of whip of the club at the bottom, and we get a nice sort of hinge of the wrist here now as you go through. Your arms are nicely extended from the body, but that movement there now seems quite a quick sort of swish of the club goes to the golf ball, okay? And we did a few of them quite successfully, getting the club releasing through nicely. Then when the ball gets there, obviously, there's going to be some element of the old swing. So there's where you are. That practice is where you want to get to. You're kind of in here somewhere in the middle, okay? So set up ball positions, we said, further forward there, okay? Could go a little bit further, but that's okay for the point, okay? I wouldn't say go too far too soon, okay? Taking the golf away nice and loose with that grip pressure as we go back. Certainly a bit of a longer backswing there now. As we go through, there's still a bit of a lift, and now we start swishing the club kind of here, but it's a little bit too little too late. Now, it's still creating a little bit more speed, but there's more speed from the plus side. You've got to 145, 150 nearly, but there's more to give. Okay, so we could in theory go sort of 10 or 15 yards from that if we could actually create more of a sort of swish through the goal. You're kind of doing it up here somewhere, okay, which we think you're doing it here at 2.62, 2.63 rather than at 2.5, so it's minimal in terms of time frame. It just looks a long way when it's happening up here rather than down there. That's the only thing. But the club's swinging so fast anyway, if we can increase that speed. I think the practice swings, and the good thing is you can go and just do some swings at home, just feeling how that left arm is going to swing. Allow that left arm to kind of fold up and hit it with that sort of right hand, that sort of back of that right hand, sort of like a slap of the golf ball. So we're getting this sort of swing this way, not this shrug and the lift, okay? So again, I know, put the kid down and stuff, put the cat, have a 2 minute gap and just do some swings in the back garden. And just get, how's this left arm going to this way? When you did one arm swings with your left arm kind of instinctively went there, you see, and you couldn't reach with this right hand. When you did right hand swings by yourself, you sort of instinctively went and just did that, because you know that's the power. Then when your left hand gets on, it's like, I'm doing this, and it's all then sort of shrug. So you're not sort of releasing all the power you stored. Yes, there's a little bit more you could create or store, but we're still not releasing that to the ball. I say the release of the golf club is basically the release of power to the golf ball. So if we can increase that club head speed, and I think, as you said before, you're a bit almost hesitant to sort of give it that swish, because I don't want to go too far off line, or I want to go there or whatever. I'd rather be, as you said, stable and a bit rubbish, not rubbish obviously, but that's sort of the word you're using, and keep it in play rather than sort of let it go and hit it. But it's a balancing act. That's okay, when you haven't played much, obviously. You're better off just sort of nudging it down the fairway and breaking 100 and not losing many golf balls probably, and just still achieving a reasonable score. As you then start playing more, we can then start to be a bit more confident, let the stabilisers come off and just bit by bit by bit by bit progress along. And in some ways you almost kind of relate how your game's going to progress, kind of how your son starts progressing with walking. When he first starts doing it, there's a few stumbles and a few on the way, and then it's like, okay, I'll hold the sofa and stuff, and then I'll sort of go 3 or 4 steps, and once he gets the confidence, off you go. He's learning to walk every day, isn't he? So in some ways learn to swing the golf club every day, even just in 10 or 15 swings in the back garden. The more often we can do it, the quicker that progression is going to come, you see. So, but yeah, I mean, overall some good movements there. I think good to see you actually, the score you had on if it's a De Vere hotel, it'll be a tough golf course. By the sound of some of the holes, there's some really tough golf course holes there and stuff. So to break 100 and get around there, not too bad really. So there's positive signs there. It's just, I think that's now just, as we say, take the stabilisers off and just let it go.
Practice with the iron.
Yeah. And this is in the rough, as we said, to get that sort of that club head speed, get that club going through the rough there, get a bit more clever through the bottom. If it's a bit sort of slow and a bit lunging again, if you start doing this with the arms through the rough or any iron shots, you potentially could top it, because his shoulders are sort of shrugging up. When the ball's on a tee peg, we kind of get away with it. We sort of find the ball up in the air somewhere. When it's on the ground, you've got no margin of error. If the club's off the ground at any point, you're going to be hitting the middle of the ball. You top it. If the ball's up here, you can kind of
so
find it
it's
somewhere.
Quite good fairway with off the fairway.
Yeah.
So it was like,
good.
this seems to be...
Probably because the ball's a bit further back.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that kind of, the ball will go further back, then you'll adjust to it. Because if the ball is further back and you're sort of shrugging up, it's sort of a couple of wrongs made a right. Not saying it's bad, but that's kind of where it would have potentially come. I'm guessing if your driver position's there, you wouldn't put your irons or the stuff there, you'd move back a little bit because you know the ball's on the tee, it goes further forward. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's some good things there. I think just work on that club head speed, get that swish working better, get some speed back up that ball, get that ball going up to 180, 190, 500. Because the power's there. Play hockey, so I'm sure you're going to hit a hockey ball pretty hard. It's getting that same kind of swish of the impact area. Okay?
Yeah,
Good stuff.